Wow. Young, man.
Like 15 Tryout.
He was young, just trying to learn his body, you know? Just trying to learn how to be a pitcher as a freshman, no different than anybody else.
Boy, he's come a long way. That's so cool to see that progression, though, from where he came with our Tiger program at 15, all the way up to being a Stanford ace and then drafted by the Phillies in the 4th round.
I mean, the way that dude's grown up from being a lanky freshman who was just trying to figure out his body to now a mature leader at Stanford and a Pac-12 pitcher of the week and a guy who got drafted by the Phillies. I mean, I can't say enough about his growth and how he's grown up. And
so what year was that? Like,
Two more changes there.
What grade was he in?
He was a freshman here.
Boy, what a breaking ball over the inside corner.
And called strike 3. Erik Miller got an All-American on the mound for Stanford, and he's the Sunday pitcher. Called strike 3 to end the inning. Miller has been on fire lately.
Ooh, that's a good pitch.
Over the top of that one, and down he goes. He's getting comfortable, isn't he?
Rising.
He's gotten to his brother ever since then.
A called third strike here, and called strike 3 to end the inning. Miller has been on fire lately.
Bounced the fastball there. I haven't seen him do that in 6 years. You never know what piece of information is going to change your career, help your career, you know?
Any other comments? I know he throws a changeup that dirts it.
Yeah, he dirted a few.
That's cool. You know, he's a workhorse, though. I mean, he was a guy that was just always in that facility. He obviously had tools and size, but just because you have that doesn't guarantee anything. I mean, he put the time in, the effort in. He was always in there. Even in college off at Stanford, he was back in the Tiger Center all the time, just getting better in the weight room and throwing his pins, simulated long toss. He just had a workman's-like approach to him that you can't teach. You know, and I think a lot of kids think they want it, but do they really want it? Do they want it? That's a question a lot of kids got to ask themselves, because I'm not sure they all know exactly what that means and what it does take. But it made Erik a special player for sure.
Every year he knew what he had to do to get better, knew how to grow, to mature, took information and ran with it, you know? I never had to say anything twice to him. You know, it was just everything he gave him, he took it to heart, worked with it, ran with it, and now, you know, he continues to do that to this day. I don't think he ever stops learning.
You know, just to kind of see a quiet kid like that at tryouts just blossom into the beast that he is, that's pretty neat to watch that progression for us.
So what's one recommendation after seeing like Erik's videos and seeing him at Stanford, now at the Phillies? What's one recommendation you give to one kid like right now heading into tryouts?
Well, that's a good question. You know, and this maybe goes beyond Erik into more kids, but I would say is don't get caught up too much on what team you're on at 13 and 14 or even 15 where they got you slotted. It's more about tools and then how you can develop in high school. I mean, we've seen so many kids take major jumps in our program from 14 to 15, and by the time they're juniors, they're just different kids, different ball players, different mindset. And, you know, I think a lot of times, especially these days where there's not a lot of sandlot going on, it's more organized where kids and parents just worry about the roster and the team they're on. Are they winning tournaments? And it should be about just development. Get out there and play. Get the innings in. Get the at-bats. You know, take care of your homework and stuff off the field. And the cream's going to rise eventually, and no one can stop that. You know, it's going to happen if a kid has the right tools combined with the right mindset.